another thing I've been watching your personal brand, and I just think it is so cool. So it's a topic I'm super passionate about, and the evolution of your personal brand. And, so many executives that I talk to, they don't understand why they need to have one because they feel comfortable in their role. They don't feel like they're going to go anywhere. So they figure, why even bother developing one? What does it mean? But the way you frame it too is that, team culture and building actually does happen a lot on social media too. And, you're leading by example right here on LinkedIn every day. So why is building a personal brand important for you? And what have you, well, I guess we'll start there, but I have
Yeah.
another question after that too.
Well, this has been a journey. So I really started to go back 5 years ago was kind of the origin of, I realized I had a personal brand, but I wasn't online. I wasn't really doing what I had. I didn't even really have a Facebook account, by the way, if that tells you I'd just gotten on Instagram. Like this was just
Wow.
5 years ago. And it was really birthed out of like what a lot of ideas happen. It was birthed out of some pain and some failure of in my role, I'm recruiting producers and building teams and all of that. And I wasn't recruiting the people I wanted, or I'd recruit the wrong people and realize, wow, we're not aligned up. So I went back and I asked a friend and coach of mine, I was like, so here's what I'm experiencing. And he broke it down very simply for me. He's like, Brian, your reputation online and how you show up online and how you show up in person is now what people are going to see. And you're going to attract those people. So if you're not showing up here and they are not clear on what you believe and who you're looking for, you're going to attract anybody and everybody, which is what you're doing. You're just basically appealing to everyone. But you're telling me this is the kind of person you want over here. These are the core values you have. This is who you want. So I started my journey getting clear about what I believed, what my core values were. And this is what I have learned and I've come to firmly believe is that your online reputation, that digitization of your reputation today, you can build trust. You can actually get to know people and attract them into your life, secondarily. And the third is your current team gets to see you show up, especially in a market like we've been in the past couple of years. You didn't see everybody as much as you used to. And our team, for example, we're over 8 states. So it's not even physically possible for me to think that I'm going to be in front of everyone, even on a monthly basis, every team. And so that kind of leads you to the conclusion of you got a choice. Do you want to show up online and be the leader that people are attracted to, add value to your current team and build your reputation? Or plan B, which would be, are you going to let other people tell the story about you? Kind of
Yes.
hope strategy. Well, I hope my team knows that I care and all of that. And this is what I found, Tara, is I started showing up and engaging in our team's online content as well, leaving meaningful comments and feedback. And it gave us a chance to interact. And they felt like, in a way, I was omnipresent. I was there with them when I wasn't there. And they're like, man, Brian, we see you everywhere. So I didn't lose as a leader. I didn't lose the
Mhm.
connectivity of our team that went from like 30 people to 200 people. I want to be connected to all of them. And so I'll tell you this quote. It's kind of, it stayed with me. Grant Cardone shared, best known is going to beat best.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know about you, but I was taught the best athlete wins. The best person, if you're the best mortgage originator, you're the best real estate agent, you're the best coach. Shouldn't you win? Guess what? That's not always true, because that person that's able to gain the attention and then build trust, and then you also need to deliver. So I do believe there's a part you've got to be quality and qualified.
Yeah.
But think about today, if you're not even known, you're not even getting invited into the conversation of joining your team, becoming a coach, having that consultation meeting. You're not even at the table. And so you're missing out on this large piece of business that when I shifted, then again, it's back to I want more opportunities so I can choose who I want to work with, when we want to do things together, and how we want to do them.
And it keeps you at that top of mind awareness. I think that's so important. I've read Grant Cardone's book as well. And I admire his work, and he's all about attention, putting it out there, because if you're not, someone else will. So you have to keep that top of mind awareness. And the goal of marketing is, not everybody needs your product or service at that moment, but the point of it is that when they do need it, that you're the person they go to. You're the person they think of,
That's right.
because you've built up that trust, you've built up that awareness and that, reach over time, so that when they are ready to buy, the decision is already made.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
important. And that's the power of personal branding, is that repetition over time that leads to trust, that leads to that, eventually delivery of that service or product.
Huge. And
Um,
here's the
so
biggest byproduct. So people always, if you look on LinkedIn, it's full of this. Everybody's on this journey. They want to learn, they want to grow, they want to have personal development. Look, I haven't found anywhere better than leaning
yeah,
in. When you start to post and you're writing your content and you're posting about what you believe and your experiences, and in a way, you're being vulnerable about, hey, here's the experience I had. This is what I learned, or I'm reading this book. This is what I learned. You're going to have exponential personal growth. And so that,
yes,
for me, I didn't realize that was kind of part of that journey. But to this day, when people ask, like, how can I work on, myself as a leader? It's like, if you lean into this, not only is it great to build your brand and to post online, but you're going to learn a lot about yourself, how consistent you are. How do you respond to comments and feedback that are there? Do you struggle with what you actually believe? And I
yeah,
think that part of the journey, I would invite people on, because there's no faster way to get feedback. And when you're doing the work that you're going to learn as you do that faster than any book you could read on its own.
absolutely. So, we've talked a lot about why leaders should have personal brands, but can anybody benefit from one? And I think a lot of people don't understand. They think of it as like an ambiguous term, personal branding. What does that even mean? But obviously, leaders need one, but anybody can benefit from this, don't you think?
Huge. So a friend of mine here with brand builders, Roy Vaden, um, he shared this recently, and the statistics on this were actually really fascinating to me. That the top actually industry that people said that they would want them to have a personal brand was doctors.
Wow, that's
Doctors.
incredible.
So think about that. And I think it was over 60% or so of the survey respondents said
Mhm.
they would want their doctor to, because they didn't want to feel like you were the first person they did the surgery on. They wanted to know that they had done the surgeries or the work, or they had the experience
Yeah,
that you would hire them. And then they went through lawyers, financial planners, obviously real estate. And I think the higher the level that we need to have trust with someone, then yes, you must have a personal brand to differentiate yourself. Or look, I tell everybody, you have a brand before you walk into a meeting. People have Googled you, they've looked you up. And if you're not there,
yeah,
what a missed opportunity,
yeah,
right? And I would rather be the one that gets to tell my side of the story, who I am, what I believe, how I show up, because I believe that is, in today's world, it's like the modern business card and resume. Before you walk in, they've already predetermined some things about you. And so why not curate that and be yourself, show up. So when they meet, like when people meet me in person, my favorite thing is they're like, Brian, you're the same person I met online. I'm like, yeah, because that's really me. Like, that's how we show up. That to me is when you're congruent and you've built your brand around who you are. And I had someone joke this morning at our gym. They're like, man, I watched one of your motivational videos. I was like, I got to watch motivational videos sometimes too. Like,
yeah, yeah,
right there with you. So
yep.
build trust, build your reputation, and that's how you're going to build your revenue. And ultimately, whatever your goals are, that's going to help you get to those.
Absolutely. Anybody can benefit from this. And you're so right. Our LinkedIn profile anymore is our business card. And people look at it. And I've had business owners tell me that investors or potential partners or customers actually look at your personal LinkedIn profile before they even look at your company page. So because anybody wants to get to know a person on a level. People buy from people, they don't buy from companies.
That's right.
So when I think of mortgage loans, I think Loan Depot because I'm connected with you. And that's the goal, right? The goal is the association. And again, staying at that top of mind awareness. And that's part of what building a brand is. It's an innate holistic marketing mechanism that you can have for yourself. So whether you're a new student graduating college or a job seeker or you're comfortable in your career, the only thing consistent in life is change. So, if you have a personal brand, it carries you through no matter what change may come in your life. Don't you think?
I totally agree. And I was like sharing that with one of our teammates the other day. They're a new leader. and I know they want to expand their role and they want to grow into that next level of leadership. And what I share this, we need to start building that for you because that's how you're
Yeah.
going to attract people. That's how you're going to build it. But also internally within your organization, people miss this is, that was something I didn't at first, again, I started it for different reasons, but I realized, wow, I'm now connected up with our 5 or 6,000 team members across the Loan Depot family
Mhm.
that some of them I've never met before, but when we met at our chairman's elite or we're at a function together, it's so cool that now we feel like we know each other.
Yeah.
And that I think that's the power today of you can build relationships and trust just at such a faster pace. And then when you meet people, I do think that's the window of opportunity then to
Yeah.
decide, are we going to do something together versus that first cold call like we all used to do. It's like you've never met them, you've called them, you set an appointment, you don't even know what they really look like. You get there, you're starting from so much further back. Wouldn't it be great? I think about like a football field or soccer field. Wouldn't it be great to start at like midfield, 50-yard line?
Exactly.
Like I'm already here because you've learned all of this. Now my job is to move forward.
That's perfect. That's exactly right. Starting at midfield, it puts you already in a position to where there's an acknowledgement, where there's a familiarity with that person, where there's already a trust level built up with that
Yes.
person. So that all you need to do is just get that one step closer, right?